Nothing in the press, there's nothing in the telly. I feel a bit sick cause there's nothing in my belly. Letter through the letterbox, posters on the poles. The country's being ran by greedy meat trolls. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. It's the breeze and the fly. 3 for you, 4 for me. Are you sure the best things in life are free? The landlord's a tramp, he's looking for the money and the place is full of damn. We're always in the pub now, that's the way to be. They have central heating and the pints are free. 5 for pleasure, 6 for pain. We're up to our same old tricks again. 7 for heaven, 8 for hell. The juice of the barley put me under the spell. Flying, the whistle's getting wet. Oh, we love Porter and we never get bad. Paddy sing the ballads to make the people free. The streets of Seatown sing to me. 9 for what? I want 10. Again and again and again and again. Dance to your daddy and rosin the bow. This is Irish rock and roll.
I ever won a hero's name with McAlpine and Costain, with Fitzpatrick, Murphy, Ash and Wimpy's gang. I've been often on the road on my way to draw the dole when there's nothing left to do for Johnny Lang. And I used to think that God made the mixer pick and hod so paddies might know hell above the ground. I've had gangers big and tough tell me tear it all out rough when you're building up and tearing England down. I remember Carrier Jack, he wore a hod upon his back, and he swore one day he'd set the world on fire. Well, his face we've never seen since his shovel it cut clean through the middle of a big high tension wire. I saw Elballs McCall from the big flyover fall into a concrete mixer spinning around. Though it was not his intent, he got a fine head of cement when he was building up and tearing England down. I was on the Hydro Dam the day that Pat McCann, he got the better of his stammer in a week. He fell from the shuttering jam, and that poor old stuttering man, he was never ever more inclined to speak. hood? Will he roam through Cricklewood or dance around the pubs of Camden Town? Oh, let no one complain, sure no paddy dies in vain, but they're building up and tearing England down. In a tunnel underground, a young Limerick man was found. He was built into the new Victoria line. The bonus gang had passed, sticking through the concrete cast was the face of little Charlie Joe Divine. And the ganger man McGurk said Big Paddy ate the work when a gas pipe burst and he flew off the ground. Well, they swear he said, don't slack, I'll not be there until I'm back. Keep on building up and tearing England down. So come all, you navvies bold, who do think that English gold is just waiting to be plucked from every sod, or that the likes of you and me will ever get an OBE or a knighthood for good service to the HOD. They've a concrete master race there to keep you in your place, and the ganger man to kick you to the ground. If you ever try to take part of what the bosses make when you're building up and tearing England down. If you ever try to take part of what the bosses make when you're building up and tearing England down.
Pillar of community, we all knew his name. Every week he'd drink the altar wine, it must have rot his brain. Took young ones for confession, they never came back the same. When questions needed answering, no one would take the blame. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout. When the hotels needed washing done, the sisters got a plan. Get the single mothers off the streets and the babies from the pram. Tell them they need saving, they'll work both night and day. Sell the baba to the Yankees for a bit of extra pay. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout. We walk hand in hand between the pulpit and the jail. When everything's against you, you'll never win the game. You tell us we need saving, you're laughing to the bank. You're out abusing children and you tell us if the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against women for your gain. Thou shalt not put babies inside a septic tank. There's a time to be a poet, there's a time for being frank. Thou shalt not be rich, thou shalt be in prison, thou shalt pay your consequences every single day. They should all be taken up and leaned against the wall. It's time to break the chains and let the rosary beads fall. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout.